Meares, I'm on.
Oh, Meares.
Week 5 is here.
It is here.
I'm 0-4 against you.
You are, and the data is going to get stronger.
After this lineup this week, I don't even know what I was doing. I mean,
You didn't do bad. It was the closest so far, 119.
I mean, the lineup I'm about to spring on people here. This was done. I closed my eyes and clicked.
Nice, nice.
All right, I'm get into the contest now.
Before we get into our picks, we want to let you know that we're going to have a DraftKings contest. So anybody that watches the show that wants to compete against myself and Mole, go to the link that I'm going to provide in the description of the video below, or you can search for it on DraftKings under Meares78. And you can enter the contest. It's $5, winner take all. So bring it on. Let's see if anybody can actually beat us.
Yeah, well, you anyway. All right, we'll start with quarterbacks. It's going to be my Buffalo Bill for the week. I went with Tyrod Taylor. Why not?
Nice, nice. He's my quarterback in my regular league. I went with Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers he has been getting the 4th most points at home, and he has the 2nd best matchup this week against the defense on the road. So I like that, Phillip Rivers.
Running backs, I went C.J. Anderson and Eddie Lacy. Don't look to me for an explanation for anything. I got nothing. I'm just picking people because it's got to be better.
I was excited about my running back because I was going to pick Lance Dunbar, who was only $3,900, and then I found out that he actually has a torn ACL, and I don't even understand why he's on the list.
For $3,900.
Yeah. So instead, I went with Joseph Randall at $6,000 because the team that they're playing has given up the most points at home. They are playing, by the way, New England. So I think New England's going to trounce them, but I still think that they're going to get some points running the ball, at least catching out of the backfield. And then I went with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is playing Jacksonville, and Jacksonville is giving up the most points. Jacksonville's giving up the most running back points on the road. So I took Doug Martin.
Martin, there you go, good one. I went with Colston, Marquise Colston. I know he's playing the Eagles, so that's why I went with him.
That's a good idea, actually.
Larry Fitzgerald, because he seems good, and James Jones, because he seems good.
Those are
seems good. Seems good.
I went with Odell Beckham for $9,000, most expensive player on my team. The Giants are playing San Francisco, and the San Francisco has just been awful against, and so they're giving up the 3rd most wide receiver points. Randall Cobb. Green Bay is going to trounce St. Louis at home, and Green Bay scores the most points for a wide receiver at home. And then I went Kendall Wright. I like Tennessee coming off the bye. They're playing Buffalo. Buffalo's giving up the 2nd most wide receiver points on the road. So I went with Kendall Wright.
Brady. Or on the road, you mean?
On the road.
Yeah, good for him. Good for them. Went with Gronkowski for a tight end because I could.
I went with a hookup. First game back for Antonio Gates, coming back from the suspension. So I went with him. He was $4,400, or where is he? He was $4,200. So he fit into my thing. I couldn't do Gronkowski enough money.
Yeah. We'd like to thank the production department for hammering on the walls. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens.
Picking that up. Flex position, I had enough money for TJ Yeldon. I was offered a trade in my Yahoo Fantasy League last week, and I said I'm not taking a Jacksonville Jaguar I've never heard of, and he had 105 yards rushing, so I went with him in the flex. I did have a reason for that one. In the flex, I went with a little-known receiver. I don't think many people have heard of this guy. Kamar Aiken. Oh, my Lord. From Baltimore. Is this your play a 1% starter theory? This is not, because I think a lot of people are going to play this guy because he's now the #1 receiver for Baltimore. Oh, yeah, because Flacco's quarterback rating was 10 last week. Well, Baltimore scores the 3rd most wide receiver points at home. So I went with Kamar Aiken. They're going to have to throw the ball. I book into my lineup with the Bills defense. Why not? And I went with the Chiefs defense because Chicago is only scoring 27.6 fantasy points on the road this season on average. And Rob Gronkowski is scoring more than that on his own. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. I can't lose every week. So make sure you sign up for our DraftKings contest right down below in the description. Play against us, $5. We don't get any money from this. DraftKings does, and they're not a sponsor, so it's just for fun. That's our legal department right there. Yeah, exactly. And we'll see if you can actually take our money. There you go.